Greetings traders, it's Samantha LaDuc, founder of LaDucTrading.com, bringing another look at MSTR. MicroStrategy Inc. is very well known now as a Bitcoin proxy, as it had decided, management, Michael Saylor, a celebrity CEO, had decided to take on $250 million worth of Bitcoin on the balance sheet. This was actually at first a recommended long by a very savvy macro trader, client of mine, Craig, who is a rabid Bitcoin aficionado and guru, but also had been in this one quite early. I didn't put it on my radar for explosive growth potential stocks until August. And then on the 25th, around $147, I had recommended it. And then most recently, after a pullback on December 21st, when it was approaching the 280 mark, I said it really needed to stay above 280 on a weekly. And then more specifically, it had done a really nice shallow pullback. 280 is right here on the daily, which you can see is about the 21 day. And was starting to form what looked like a Morningstar reversal, which was bullish after a pullback to the 280 mark. Well, lo and behold, this thing has definitely taken off and done extremely well. MSTR from that 280 did in fact launch and has continued to look extremely bullish, although it has had some pretty strong pullbacks, but has not broken the 8-day. This is a bearish looking harami. It does on a daily, does look like it's going to retest the 8-day. Wouldn't surprise me if it comes down to 483, but the point is that this has been a recommended long for these reasons, both being a Bitcoin proxy, but also a fabulous setup as it relates to a swing trade. After Craig's recommendation and then my research into it prior to the Bitcoin explosion, I had recommended this as a trend play, and then on the 21st, as I mentioned, it was definitely shaping up to be a breakout stock above 325 as long as it stayed above that magical 280 on a trend basis. I did put 299. This is what I do for clients in my Slack workspace. I give them trend, swing, and chase price targets as well as stops in case it gets rejected and turns back down. As you can see, this was really kind of instrumental in the 21st December 21st area, with earnings not until January 26th. It needed to hold above 280. Very bullish above 320, which it was. This was, again, the Michael Saylor, celebrity CEO, coming in and saying that they were going to, they announced a $1 billion Bitcoin purchase in 2020. So he had even more fans, if you will, although getting a little bit cocky, for lack of a better word, being compared to Soros. But nonetheless, it was a recommended continuation swing above 320, trend above 350. Then, of course, on some days, it just explodes higher. This was a chase idea on the 30th, also continuation swing play. I revisited again, just letting folks know that we're getting into beast mode from 440, from the 280 recommended swing play. It was getting still up in option activity, single stock gamma option flow, as well as approaching an area on the 8th where I thought it might come into a little bit of resistance, which was this 580 area. Now remember, recommended at 280. After 147, this thing was on hot fire flames, and I said, okay, it's getting a little elevated here. Watch this level, careful at 580. I go back to my MSTR Slack channel. That was on January 8th at 568. Might be a really good idea to take some off. It had pulled back to 488, and then boom, it took off again with high short interest, and we are again in this level of 580. So we exploded higher to 650, but came back down. I still think that this is going to be the Bitcoin proxy, if you will, but it is very elevated, especially from its 10-week. And literally the 10-week is down here in this 350 area. So quite an aura of volatility that could enter this as Bitcoin gets into distribution, but it is still bullish. It has not broken the trend. It has not broken even on a swing time frame, although I do expect it to come back and test probably 483. A break of 483 would be a revisit down to that 350 area. But for right now, that has been how we've played the MSTR Bitcoin proxy. And I look forward to showing you more in my trading room as well as in my Slack. Last but not least, the short squeeze candidates that I have recommended in Q4 have done extremely well, whether it be SPWR from this September or October timeframe for TLRY, GameStop, or MSTR. They have been very strong, swing-worthy candidates that have not broken their trend, but on a swing time frame are definitely will come into some distribution as the auction of buyers and sellers try and find a value area. But for clients, it's been very profitable, and I invite you to give LaDuc Trading a try.